happening again, everyone? Geneva Motor Show is currently underway, and there's been a ton of new releases, and those include what I talked about before, that four-door Mercedes AMG GT. It looks a lot different than what I thought it was going to look like. They definitely redesigned it from what I was expecting, pretty much, but I'm totally okay with that because now it looks even better than I thought it was going to look. And it was shown as a concept, but it's going to be in production pretty soon, and it looks great, so I'm very excited for that. Also, there has been a lot of other releases like the McLaren 720S. We did a number of videos on that car specifically, so I won't go into too much detail about it. You can feel free to check out those other ones on the channel, but there was a couple of releases that I haven't really touched on, and that would include the Honda Civic Type R. I mean, I'm going to probably do a separate video about that later because it's a very cultish car, and I want to definitely cover that because it looks really cool. But also, there is the new 911 GT3 that's coming out, and it's making a lot of people excited, which is definitely a turn of events. If you remember back in 2014 when the GT3 came out and they only offered the PDK dual clutch, which isn't awful. I mean, it was faster shift times, it could get around the track better, but this new one, the new 911 GT3, which looks amazing, by the way, it looks very refreshing, and it looks very 911 GT3, and I love what they did with the body. But other than that, there's been a host of other upgrades, so let's go ahead and get into that. The biggest thing to note here is that the 911 GT3 is now going to be offered with a manual transmission, which makes a lot of people happy. You get to select your own gears, and it being a more track-focused, fast Porsche, it's going to make a lot more sense for it to be a manual as well. So they are going to offer the PDK as well with the manual. You know, you can pick whatever option you want there, so that's a good plus from Porsche. Also, there's going to be a host of aerodynamic upgrades. It seems like everyone's going that route nowadays. And also, the suspension's going to be lighter and stiffer for the new 911 GT3. So another cool thing I do want to note about the new 911 GT3 is the fact that they didn't go turbocharged or any type of force induction. They didn't shrink the engine and add a turbo like they did on pretty much their entire lineup, which is really, really cool. They actually made the engine larger. It's a 4-liter flat 6 now. And that flat 6 is going to produce 500 horsepower and 339 pound-feet of torque, which is up a little bit from the 3.8 liter we saw in the old 911 GT3. So they tweaked the intake and added a stiffer crankshaft and a larger diameter for the main bearing. So a lot of different mechanical upgrades for the new GT3 there. And this all compiles into the GT3 going to be able to do a 0 to 60 run in 3.2 seconds and a top speed of 197 miles per hour. And I actually had a friend that drove the current GT3, and he said that it was really easy to drive, so I hope that translates to the new one. And also, this new 911 GT3 is going to have a bit of a hefty price tag compared to the previous generation. It's going to be starting at around $144,000. So there's going to be more videos on the way as Geneva kind of goes on, the whole motor show deal. So let me know what you guys think of the 911 GT3, this new one that's coming out. If you're excited for it, what your thoughts on it are, just let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video today, go ahead and like it. And if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. New videos every single day, and we'll see you tomorrow.